Hey guys, Coach Wayne here with your CFK Power workout for the day. Today we have another strength and conditioning workout, beginning with a dumbbell complex. So with this dumbbell complex, a couple different options. You guys can build in weight across 5 sets, or you guys can just stay at the same weight for the entire complex. Totally up to you. So first things first, we got 3 dumbbell deadlifts going into 3 dumbbell hang power cleans, 3 regular dumbbell power cleans going into 3 dumbbell front squats. As I said, this is a complex, so we don't want to be putting those dumbbells down, so make sure you have a weight that you can go unbroken with for those 5 sets. After that, we're going to get into our conditioning. It is a rotating Tabata for 8 rounds. So one complete cycle of all 3 movements will count as 1 round. So movement 1, working for 20 seconds and then going into 10 seconds rest. We have dumbbell hang power cleans. After that 10 seconds rest, we're going to go into dumbbell upright rows, followed by 10 seconds rest, then going into 20 seconds of jumping lunges. With that, you want to make sure that you have a weight that you guys can go unbroken with on both the dumbbell movements. All right, guys, before we get into the strength part of our workout, we've got a 5-minute Amrap where you're going to add a rep every time you get back to the beginning of the cycle. So the cycle is going to be 1 dumbbell bent over row, going into 1 lunge, 1 up down, then 1 dumbbell deadlift. So every time you get back to that dumbbell bent over row, you're just going to add 1 rep. So first movement, dumbbell bent over row. Coach Rick's going to go ahead, get a slight bend in that knee, make sure he flattens his back nice. He's going to go ahead and pull those dumbbells to his hip pockets and squeeze his shoulder blades together. So that's the dumbbell bent over row. Nice, Rick. All right, we'll go ahead and set those down. Next up, we've got the lunge. With the lunge, you just want to make sure you take that big step out. Make sure you got a vertical shin in the front, knee tracking over those toes. All right, so he's just going to go ahead and think about driving his head straight up toward the ceiling as he does that lunge. The next movement is going to be our up down, which is a version of the burpee without the push up. So he's just going to go ahead and hop his hands out, and then he's going to go try to replace his hands with his feet and stand nice and tall, showing his shirt to the other side of the room. All right, so our last movement is going to be the dumbbell deadlift. Coach Rick's going to go ahead and stand over those dumbbells at about mid-foot. He's going to go ahead and hinge his hips back, touch the dumbbell heads, and squeeze the butt to stand. And that's our warm-up for today before we get into that strength session. All right, guys, so we want to talk about this strength session that we got coming up. So it's 5 sets of a dumbbell complex. Coach Rick's going to show us 1 cycle of the dumbbell complex. It's going to be 3 deadlifts. Make sure he's hinging those hips back, getting a slight bend of that knee, keeping that back nice and flat. Going into 3 hang power cleans. Coach Rick's going to dip, hinge his butt back, jump and catch the dumbbells in the front rack. Notice how high his elbows are when he catches that dumbbell. Then he's going to go into that dumbbell power clean. So coming all the way from the floor, make sure he keeps that flat back, nice slow pull from the floor. Then we've got the dumbbell front squat. We got 3 of these. Just make sure that you keep those elbows nice and high. Hit that full depth in the squat, hip crease below those knees. Alrighty guys, going into our conditioning session. So we've got 8 rounds of alternating Tabata, meaning you're going to go through all 3 movements before you count around. So we're going to do 20 seconds of work, followed by 10 seconds rest on each movement. So this first movement we've already talked about, dumbbell hang power clean. Let's see one real quick. Nice, good rack position when he catches those dumbbells, lands with a slight dip in the knee. Next movement's going to be the dumbbell upright row. Coach Rick's just going to keep his knuckles down and punch his elbows up, try to lift up the front of his shirt with those dumbbells, keeping them nice and close. The next movement, we're going to go ahead and put those dumbbells down. We've got some jumping lunges here. You just want to make sure that you keep that nice control going down to the floor and you don't bang those knees. As with the lunge, we want to make sure that knee's tracking over the top of that ankle and that the knee's tracking over the toes. That's our jumping lunge. Have fun with this one, guys. Share, tag us, let us know how you like this workout.